अज्ञानतिमिरान्तस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Reading from the book Faith. Faith is an essential ingredient in chanting because unless we have faith in the holy name, we will have no interest in taking shelter of the name. Bhaktivinoda Thakur calls the faith the entrance gate into the palace of the holy name. And he specifies the importance of understanding that the holy name is non different from Krishna. In other words, when we chant, we are in Lord Krishna's presence. Sincerity. The dictionary defines sincerity as honesty of mind or freedom from hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is pretense, and when we are free of pretense, our external behavior and statements match our internal state. Once at 26th Second Avenue, a young Taswarupa Dasa asked Srila Prabhupada with a philosopher he had been reading before joining ISKCON. He wants to know whether Nietzsche and other such philosophers had any God consciousness. Srila Prabhupada replied that their sincerity is their God consciousness. As I've grown older in my Krishna consciousness practice, I understood more of the depth of Prabhupada's reply. Sincerity is all we really require if we want to become servants of Guru and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 11, Chapter 20, Text 28, Krishna tells Uddhava, my devotee should remain happy and worship me with great faith and conviction. Even though he sometimes engages in sense enjoyment, my devotee knows that all sense gratification leads to a miserable result, and he sincerely repents such activities. Srila Jiva Goswami states carefully that Krishna does not mean to say that we can engage in sinful activities. The devotee's sincere desire to please Krishna is a Krishna consciousness. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura commented on this point, which included in the BBT purport to the above verse, describes sincerity. By my previous shameful life, my heart is polluted with many illusionary attachments. Personally, I have no power to stop them. Only Lord Krishna within my heart can remove such inauspicious contamination. But whether the Lord removes such attachments immediately or lets me go on being affected by them, I will never give up my devotional service to Him. Even if the Lord places millions of obstacles in my path, and even if because of my offenses I go to hell, I will never for a moment stop serving Lord Krishna. I'm not interested in mental speculation and fruitive activities. Even if Lord Brahma personally comes to before me offering such engagements, I will not be even slightly interested. Although I'm attached to material things, I can see very clearly that they lead to no good because they simply give me trouble and disturb my devotional service to the Lord. Therefore, I sincerely repent my foolish attachments to so many material things and I'm patiently awaiting Lord Krishna's mercy. Hope. Hope is connected to our faith in Krishna's merciful disposition. We hope that Krishna will see whatever small spark of sincerity we have and accept it. Although we often do not extend such a liberal attitude to the others. When Vibhishana came to surrender to Lord Rama, the monkey soldiers rejected him, conjured him a spy from the enemy. But Lord Rama said, it is my vow that if one only once seriously surrenders unto me, saying, my dear Lord, from this day I am yours, and and prays to me for courage. I shall immediately award courage to that person, and he will remain safe from that time on. Quoted in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya 22.34. Offer yourself to Krishna even once, then place your hope in Krishna's merciful response. The nectar of devotion tells us to hope against hope. O my Lord, I do not have any love for you, nor am qualified for discharging devotional service by chanting and hearing. Nor do I possess the mystic power of Vaishnava knowledge or pious activities. Nor do I belong to very high caste family. On the whole, I do not possess anything. Still, O beloved of the gopis, because you bestow your mercy on the most fallen, I have an unbreakable hope that is constantly in my heart. That hope is always giving me pain. It's taken from Nectar of Devotion, page 137. We also maintain hope by knowing that Krishna desire is what we return to him. We have been told that Krishna will reciprocate with whatever bhakti we express. Ye yata mam prabhadyante tam tataiva bhajamyaham. Taken taken from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, text 11. But even if our own estimation, we possess only a small amount of bhakti, we can still hope. Krishna's beloved devotees are filled with bhakti, and they wish to bestow it on everyone. Our hope is not in ourselves, but in the mercy of the Vaishnavas and Sri Krishna. We should deeply cherish such hope. Feel loud. Many devotees struggle with chanting because before they can take shelter of Krishna's name, they have to travel through the desert of seeing the truth about themselves. That they have little sincerity and no taste. That the mind is uncontrolled, and filled with amartas, anarthas, and that they have no power to help themselves. This stage is necessary because it convinces us that we have nothing to depend on except Krishna's holy name. Only when we understand this fact can we chant with a full heart. But it is not easy to cross the desert, and some devotees give up before they reach the other side. It takes to understand that Krishna loves us and he is with us even when it happens. He is not Ishvara Sarvabhutanam. Perhaps we wonder why Krishna should love us, but his love is completely natural. For he is a seed-giving father of every soul. Taken from Bhagavad Gita, chapter 14, text 4. He not only loves his devotees, but the devotees of his devotees are also dear to him. Taken from Srimad Bhagavatam 9.4.63. Whatever fault exists in us, great, as they may be, are only coverings over our true selves. Mere impositions on our actual nature. Can we trust Krishna in answering affection for us? Out of his affection, he steadfastly accompanies us as we transmigrate from body to body, from human to hog to worm to germ. Who but our dearest well-wisher would do that? Let me stop here, Prabhu. I think there are four important points that we can see from here. One, definitely, we have to have that faith in faith when doing chanting, when doing devotion activities. Next, we should also be very sincere in doing our chanting and also making sure that we ask for forgiveness if we do any mistakes. As as we heard from the commentary from Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakura, who, despite of having very devotion, he's not attached to any material related activities. We should always have hope. And a beautiful example that we see is always have a hope that when we chant, we should chant very sincerely, with faithfully, and we will rest leave it to Lord Krishna. He will definitely bestow his uh, love, devotion, and shower his blessings on us. Last but not the last but not the least, feel loud. We have to definitely sense that feel loving from our chanting what we do, that too in a very orthodox way. We need to make sure that we also have that hope, what we have, and a faith, like when we are traveling through difficult times or even like a desert, in example. Once we do, once we do our sincere duties, we definitely see Lord Krishna blessing us. Devotees who can think this way of doing the chanting and other things and believe in the Supreme Lord, definitely they will get the blessings of the Lord. Let me stop.